Well, guys, we got some interesting Cyberpunk 2077 news here. Despite all of its problems and its issues, all the bugs, all the mess, people demanding refunds, there's no denying that this game had a great bit of success. It broke the record for most concurrent players playing on Steam. I'm sure it did a GOG and Epic Game Store's record breaking showing as well. But it also recouped all of its development costs. And that's with the refunds coming in. And now it just broke a UK record, which we're going to talk about this real quick. Before we get into this article, guys, if you are not subscribed, hit that subscription button. Let's get this channel to 80,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We can do it, guys. Let's grow that 8BE Nation to unprecedented length. So I appreciate you guys being here, by the way. So here we go. Let's read the article. It says Cyberpunk 2077 is the second biggest retail launch of the year. And this is the UK box charts, just behind FIFA 2021. So that's actually pretty big. We know we're not going to beat football out there in the UK. But despite all the flaws, all the problems, Cyberpunk is killing it. So it says Cyberpunk 2077 rushed to the top of the UK physical retail charts this week and is the second biggest box game launch of 2020. CD Projekt Red's highly anticipated sci-fi RPG was just ahead of the previous number 2 launch, The Last of Us Part 2, so it beat out Last of Us. Interesting. But it couldn't match the opening sales of FIFA 21, which will end the year as the biggest launch of 2020, as it tends to do, which I guess FIFA always ends the year as number 1 over there in the UK. Overall, the biggest UK box game launches of 2020 are FIFA, Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so that's good, Animal Crossing, and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Wow, that's interesting that Call of Duty would do so good in the UK. I'm interested in that. I did not know that. It says, of course, a huge number of Cyberpunk sales, particularly on PC, will have been as a download, which are not tracked. So this is physical only, by the way. This is physical media only in these charts. It says 60% of the RPG sales came on PS4, with 35% on Xbox One, and the remainder PC. So holy cow. 60% of the sales are PS4? That's a lot more console players than I thought would be PC gamers. That's very interesting. And 35 on Xbox. That's particularly low. So 60% on PS4. Good for them. So the title is now the favorite to be crowned this year's Christmas number 1. Although watch out for Animal Crossing New Horizons in 3rd place. The Nintendo game has risen in sales consistently now every week for more than a month. Sales are up 8% this week, and is close to overtaking Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which sales are down 2% in 2nd place this week. So that's actually interesting. That goes into line with some of the speculation that some of these business insiders had. Covered one of these articles a while back where somebody predicted that the Nintendo Switch would actually outsell the consoles this Christmas. That it would outsell the PS4, the Xbox One, and even the next-gen consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, because of the demand for it. I mean, this Switch has been selling like hotcakes since the pandemic started, since COVID-19 came to fruition, and Animal Crossing has been killing it. I think this is the most successful Switch game in years, the most successful Animal Crossing game in years. I mean, it is definitely a must-play during these times for some people, and it looks like it's just gaining in sales. Every week, it's about to come into 2nd place. Is there a chance that it could beat Cyberpunk in physical sales? That's not out of the realm, what this article is saying. So it says the Nintendo Switch exclusive, which was released in March, will finish this year as the 2nd biggest box game, once again behind FIFA. So this is saying it will go into 2nd place. Although Christmas is near, the end of Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales period means that a lot of games dropped in sales this week. Notable drops are for FIFA at number 5, which saw sales fall 50%. Marvel's Avengers falls 5 places to number 15 after a 48% sales slide, while Watch Dogs Legions takes a big fall to number 21 with a 53% sales decline week on week. Which, yeah, Watch Dogs Legions, we don't talk about that. So it says every game in the top 10 outside of Animal Crossing and Cyberpunk fell in sales week on week. So Cyberpunk and Animal Crossing are the only two that did not fall. Last week's new release, Immortals Phoenix Rising, drops from number 11 to 17. Ooh, ouch. 6 places down. With a 45% sales drop, which is relatively small fall for a game in its second week on sale. So it's still doing pretty good. Unfortunately, I think Cyberpunk kind of shafted all the momentum for Immortals Phoenix Rising. It came out a week before, which in hindsight seems like kind of a bad spot to be put into. But now with all the bad press of Cyberpunk, it might actually not be half bad. This goes on to say, this week it is the Switch version that is the best seller. And overall, the Switch version is now the most popular version of Ubisoft's Zelda-like adventure game. So, for Immortals Phoenix Rising, the Switch version is selling the best. The Switch version is the most popular Ubisoft game, which I figured that would be the case. The Nintendo Switch is dying for single-player experience games, for big, huge third-party games. And Immortals Phoenix Rising is perfect because Cyberpunk isn't coming out to the Switch. Could you imagine how horrible Cyberpunk would be on the Nintendo Switch if it came out, like, right now? If the base consoles for PS4 and Xbox can't run Cyberpunk, there's no way the Switch would be able to do that. So that is actually interesting to think about. Of course, Immortals Phoenix Rising is going to be number 1 for the Switch. Now, here's the current, I guess, top 10 of the UK charts. So we can see Cyberpunk, number 1. Call of Duty is currently number 2, but Animal Crossing can definitely sneak past it according to this article in the sales charts, because Animal Crossing is going up every week. Behind that is Valhalla, number 4, and it stayed number 4, so it didn't even move at all. So you can see the top 4 are all still in the same place. FIFA went down from number 1 to number 5. Just Dance went up a spot. I wonder if that's because of sales. I love Just Dance. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Jesus Christ. Is this game 2-3 years in and it's still in the top 10? Good job, Nintendo. Then we got Spider-Man, Minecraft Switch. That's random. And Mario 3D All-Stars. So we got quite a bit of Nintendo content in here. We got at least 4 Switch versions of games in the top 10. So that's good enough of a prediction for me to predict that Animal Crossing might go to number 1. Apparently the Switch is still selling good. Very interesting about Cyberpunk. I wonder how refunds will affect its rankings. Does that affect anything at all in regards to that? I don't know, but what are your guys' thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Subscribe again if you haven't. Help get me to 80,000 subscribers, guys. I'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, you have a great day.